What are examples of informal credit? If you're wondering how people manage to get loans without going through banks or formal financial institutions, you're about to learn about a whole different world of lending known as informal credit. Informal credit involves lending and borrowing among individuals or groups outside the formal financial system. Let's break down some examples to understand this better. One common example is borrowing from friends or relatives. This type of credit is often interest-free and relies on social relationships rather than formal agreements. For instance, if you need money for a medical emergency, a friend or family member might lend you the amount without expecting any interest in return. Another example is moneylenders. These are individuals who lend money, often at short term, and can be found in both urban and rural areas. Moneylenders might charge interest, and the rates can be quite high compared to formal loans. In some cases, they might even use post-dated checks as a form of collateral. In rural areas, especially in developing countries, there are traditional forms of informal credit. For example, there's the karja hawlat system, where loans are given without interest to friends, relatives, or well-wishers. This is similar to the Islamic concept of karja-e-hasana, where the loan is small, interest-free, and doesn't require any collateral. There's also the rin system, where the borrower has to pay back both the principal and interest in cash. The daden system involves lending cash to farmers for crop production or manufacturing, and the repayment is made in the form of produce at a predetermined price, usually lower than the market rate. Paddy loans are another form where repayment is made in kind. For instance, a borrower might repay the loan with a predetermined amount of paddy. Labor loans are also common, where the borrower commits to working on the creditor's land in exchange for the loan. In some regions, there are systems like kot and kaikalasi, where land is used as security. The debtor transfers the right to use the land to the creditor for a stipulated period in exchange for a cash loan. There's also the lajith or patan system, where the debtor transfers the land to the creditor for a year or so against cash, without any interest. Informal credit societies, such as rotating credit societies, are also popular. Here, a group of people pool their resources and take turns borrowing from the collective fund. This system is particularly helpful for small businesses and individuals who cannot access formal credit. These examples show how informal credit fills a significant gap in financial services, especially in areas where formal banking is scarce or inaccessible. While informal credit can be beneficial, it's important to note that it often comes with higher interest rates and less regulation compared to formal loans.